have heard of a king's son who was short and mean, and his other brothers were lofty in stature and handsome. On one occasion the king, his father, looked at him with disparagement and scorn. The son, in his sagacity, understood him and said, "O father, a short wise man is preferable to a tall blockhead. It is not everything that is mightier in stature that is superior in value. A sheep's flesh is wholesome, that of an elephant carrion. Of the mountains of this earth Sinai is one of the least, yet is it most mighty before God in state and dignity. Heardst thou not what an intelligent lean man said one day to a sleek fat dolt? An Arab horse, notwithstanding his slim make, is more prized thus than a herd of asses." The father smiled, the pillars of the state, or courtiers, nodded their assent, and the other brothers were mortified to the quick. Till a man has declared his mind, his virtue and vice may have lain hidden. Do not conclude that the thicket is unoccupied. Peradventure the tiger is gone asleep. I have heard that about that time a formidable antagonist appeared against the king. Now that an army was levied in each side, the first person that mounted his horse and sallied upon the plain was that son, and he exclaimed, "I cannot be that man whose back thou mayest see on the day of battle, but am him thou mayest descry amidst the thick of it, with my head covered with dust and blood. For he that engages in the contest sports with his own blood, but he who flees from it sports with the blood of an army on the day of fight." He so spoke, assaulting the enemy's cavalry, and overthrew some renowned warriors. When he came before the king he kissed the earth of obeisance, and said, "O thou, who didst view my body with scorn, whilst not aware of Valour's rough exterior, it is a lean steed that will prove of service, and not the fatted ox, on the day of battle." They have reported that the enemy's cavalry was immense, and those of the king few in number. A body of them was inclined to fly, when the youth called aloud, and said, "Be resolute, my brave men, that you may not have to wear the apparel of women." The troops were more courageous on this speech, and attacked all together. I have heard that on that day they obtained a complete victory over the enemy. The king kissed his face and eyes, and folded him in his arms, and became daily more attached to him, till he declared him heir apparent to the throne. The brothers bore him a grudge, and put poison into his food. His sister saw this from a window, and closed the shutter, and the boy understood the sign, and withdrew his hand from the dish, and said, "It is hard that the virtues should perish and that the wishes should occupy their places. Were the homai, or phoenix, to be extinct in the world, none would take refuge under the shadow of an owl." They informed the father of this event. He sent for the brothers and rebuked them, as they deserved. Then he made a division of his dominions, and gave a suitable portion to each, that discontent might cease, but the ferment was increased, as they have said, 10 dervishes can sleep on one rug, but 2 kings cannot be accommodated in a whole kingdom. When a man after God's heart can eat the moiety of his loaf, the other moiety he will give an ounce to the poor. A king may acquire the sovereignty of one climate or empire, and he will in like manner covet the possession of another. The story is about a king's son who was short and considered unattractive in comparison to his taller and more handsome brothers. Despite this, he was wise and had a strong sense of morality. When his father looked at him with disappointment, he defended himself with a wise and clever remark. He then demonstrated his bravery in battle and became the heir apparent to the throne. Despite this, his brothers were jealous and tried to poison him. His sister warned him, and he was able to avoid the poison. The father rebuked the brothers and made a division of his dominions, but the brothers continued to be discontent. The story is a commentary on the importance of wisdom and bravery over physical appearance and the danger of envy and jealousy among siblings. It also touches on the theme of the difficulties of finding peace and satisfaction even among royalty.